Juan come manzanas.
Her sisters said at one point they thought she wouldn't make it. Doctors say it will take a few months for Wood to fully recover, but I'm pretty
Tú eres un hombre.
concerned about all that family there. Safe, socially distant, will help.
Los Angeles and Pennsylvania are imposing new restrictions on restaurants and alcohol sales. It comes as we hear new details about Oxford's COVID-19 vaccine. I spoke earlier with Dr. Shashank Ravi. Good morning, Dr. Ravi, and thank you for joining us. Data show the Oxford vaccine is 70% effective, but half the doses up to 90%.
Manzanas.
Can you explain what that exactly means and how this vaccine is different from, say, Pfizer's or Moderna's vaccines?
This vaccine differs from the Pfizer and Moderna in that the Oxford vaccine is actually more of a traditional vaccine, whereas the Moderna and Pfizer's vaccine uses a technology.
And Dr. Anthony Fauci raised concerns Monday that states doing their own reviews of the vaccine will undermine the process and raise more doubts. What are your thoughts? Will states reviewing the vaccines independently cause more trouble than it's worth, or are they another needed safeguard?
As long as the states don't delay the release of these vaccines, I don't see a downside to additional review of the data. I think it can help getting more and more individuals on board that these vaccines are safe for use.
And Dr. Ravi, nearly 20% of hospitals across the U.S. right now are facing a shortage of staff due to COVID cases, and that may only get worse. What can be done about it?
Many healthcare workers are less willing these days to go to certain areas that are seeing these large surges in cases. Healthcare workers for many, many months now have really sacrificed their lives and their livelihoods
Juan come manzanas.
in the front lines. And as we're seeing some of these cities that individuals are not doing what they need to do to keep themselves safe, they're also not allowing the healthcare workers to remain safe.
And lastly, Los Angeles is the latest city
Manzanas.
with in-person dining starting tomorrow night, and Pennsylvania is restricting alcohol sales. Are new restrictions like this a little too late when it comes to stopping the virus from spreading?
I wouldn't say it's too late. I think any of these actions are needed at this time and will have an effect. I think the fact that we got to this point is unfortunate, but I think the shutting down of restaurants or alcohol sales are needed to make sure that we stop the downward trend that we're seeing in safety, and that we can to get back to our normal lives sooner rather than later.
Él es un hombre.
Thanks to Dr. Ravi. Coming up, countdown to Black Friday.
Why this year, more than ever, it's the early birds who will end up getting the best.
The Edward R. Murrow Awards say it's Start Here, the daily news podcast from ABC News. Even the New York Times calls us a top news podcast worth listening to. So if you like getting behind the biggest news stories of the day, inside all the details, the backstory, and what will happen next, then listen to Start Here, the daily news podcast from ABC News. It's like no other news podcast out there. Even the critics agree. Listen free on Apple Podcasts.
Yes, mornings may look different these days, but where you start your day, where you spend your mornings, where you get connected to everything that's happening.
And face it, there's a whole lot happening in our world these days.
Where you get all the breaking new information of the day to help you navigate through these times. That's why we're here.
Good morning, sunshine.
And making sure you start your day off with a smile and some sunshine.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Oh, how I love saying that.
Wake me up.
The most powerful stories of our time, anytime. Nightline. Friday nights, 9 Central. True crime, cinematic, real-life drama, stunning, the unthinkable. Follow the clues, the hunt, true crime.
Juan come manzanas.
ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Manzanas.
News, straight to the heart of the story. ABC News, straightforward. And download the app now and sign up to get important breaking news alerts wherever you are. Thank you for making World
Juan
News
come
Channel
manzanas.
America's most watched newscast.
Shop around and shop early as a new recipe for success for holiday shoppers this year.
Because of the pandemic, Black Friday sales are happening earlier than ever, like right now. And they won't last. Here's ABC's Becky Worley.
This year's hottest gift for teens is sold out at all the major outlets. The PS5 gaming console, unavailable on